Hi there, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already hit like or subscribe, even better, to the channel, then feel free to go ahead and do it. Go on, just do it. It doesn't take much. It'll take about 0.5 of a second, which is how much time I lost every time I went through the Casio triangle on this race. Anyway, thanks for coming back and watching. Now, I don't know, you might have all been aware last night was a certain return of Super GT to GT Sports streaming. So momentous occasion. The guy had about 5,000 viewers on stream at one point, near the start, and it was at that point I had the great bright idea of trying to get in a race with him. So jumped onto my Ram 4 Deadeye account, which is just below 50,000. So I thought that might be enough to get in it. I thought this was going to be quite a stacked split. There's going to be a lot of people trying to get in these races, given the viewer count and who was racing. So I jumped on, and lo and behold, I made it into the race. Now the problem was I hadn't done a race that day. This was my first race. These guys were all very warm, and I was stone cold. I'd done a quali lap, which was good enough for 14th place, and that was with a couple of guys not setting times, so would have probably been slower than that. But anyway, there we were. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll give you a quick run through, and we'll talk about this grid before we move on to the race. So we've got Kie25 in pole position. He's streaming it, so he's got a good few hundred viewers watching. Epic Toby, not aware of this guy, but he's second quickest, so he must be quick. Nizman, top split driver. Zocker, top split. Roswell Cristiano, the man himself, Super GT. Let's see what logo he is sporting. Livery. Quite a basic one for him, to be fair. Let's see from another view. Yeah, quite basic. Anyway, here he is, behind him. People sure are aware of him. Got Basic Ollie in 11th. Kirith Cat in 12th. Basic Ollie was, by the way, he had about 400, maybe 300 other people watching his stream. Got Max Power, who's very quick. There's me being the pleb in 14th. Boo Boo Racing, he's quick. Williams B Racer, who didn't set a time, in 19th. So Williams B Racer is one of the fastest guys in the world. So yeah, that's where we were up against from the start with this guy behind us. And we've got Aginator starting halfway down the track, so I thought, well, maybe I'll finish ahead of him, given that I'm getting a half a lap start on the guy. Poor guy. So if you've not done this race already this week, be aware, if you start in 20th, you will start half a lap down. So anyway, madness. But back to the race, so here we go. Without further ado, can I just say, I was, as I said, very rusty to start this. I hadn't done any races, and I just didn't want to bin it. I didn't want to be the first person to cause a yellow flag to come out in a race where we've got, you know, best part of 6,000 people watching on YouTube. So there we were, off down the straight. Janos behind us, shout out to him. He was a very, very gentlemanly sport throughout the race. And can we make it round the first corner without binning it? Yes, we can. So great stuff. We've not binned it. No yellow flag for us. Keeping it calm through the S's, just hoping that we can try and keep up. We've got Max Power, who is on the mediums, but you know, cold tyres for everybody at the start. It's not that easy to start making up ground on the first lap. Certainly not if you are at my pace. So Degna 1, off we went, Degna 2, safely through, no catastrophes, and yep, everything going okay so far. The hairpin, again, always a tricky corner, especially getting the power down coming out, but comfortably out, again, no problems. Heading round up towards Spoon Curve, on the curb, breaking at the path, and a yellow flag is out. A yellow flag is out, and it's not for me. Champagne popped. It's Epic Toby who was in second, and that just shows you how easy it can be to bin it. Let's have a quick look back to see what happened to poor Epic Toby. Take it back. Running in second, getting to Spoon, runs a little bit wide, and that's... Oh, this is agonising. This is agonising. You think you might have got away with it, but no. No, you've not. So yeah, that's a win for me as far as I'm concerned. I did not spin out first. So, skipping forward, I absolutely mess... Oh, we'll just actually just see this, because I mess up the Casio triangle just about every lap. So I don't think I'll bore you every lap showing you, but braking too late, going too deep, holding on. Look how much I compromised my exit compared to the car behind. He's right on me all of a sudden. And yep, there we were. Skip down. And we'll see Janos is now closing in on me. Do we fight it? Do we fight it? I decided not to, because I thought we're just going to lose time. What's the point? Lap 2 of a long race. What is the point? So yeah, we give Janos plenty of room, plenty of space, and he uses it. So we just tuck in behind. We've got Max Power behind us. He's pitted already and went on to softs, and will start the game on us because he was far quicker. So skipping forward, nothing much happening other than Max Power closing in on me. We're not binned it, but you can see Max Power getting closer and closer, and we don't bin it again. So yep, all good here. Max Power though, well, you can see, well, let's look at, go on board with Max Power and see how this looked from his point of view. Let's see from inside the cockpit. He's got a face on me. I brake, as per usual, too deep, and Max Power just decides he's a sick duck. I am off. So yeah, Max Power gets up the inside. I decide at this point, again, I'm not going to fight it, there's no point, which has ruined my tyres even more, and let him go. He almost wins it, but he didn't. So yeah, that was that, and he was primed to then go for Janos, and up he goes, but you'll see the ghost of EErieisss appearing there. Let's go on board with EErieisss. What has just happened to the poor guy? Let's see, because he's the second yellow flag. Again, that's a win for me. No yellow flags, and he's there's been 2 in the race. EErieisss just, oh, it's agonising. Bins it onto the sand, and back out on track. And as I said, the ghost of EErieisss. You can see me in the background appearing. He's going to ghost back out. We're going to approach. He actually taps Janos, and we tap EErieisss. So it's all of a bit of a mess, but effectively I had to come to a complete standstill almost, and the guys all get away, get a run, and I'm left lagging behind here. So, yep, not great. Considering it's lap 3, we've had plenty of drama. Thankfully though, we've kept the car on the road, and we're still in the race. So you get EErieisss there, he is now on Janos' tail. Now Janos, being the gentleman that he is, realises that EErieisss is quicker, gets out the way and lets him pass, but what he does do is compromise his speed, and we get the overtake. So yeah, we get the overtake. Again, I still managed to muck that up with my line that I took, and Janos is straight back on us. He must have thought, this guy is awful nice, he keeps returning positions back to me that I give him. So yeah, that is what happened. So again, Janos is up the inside, wasn't going to try and go do anything daft, block him or anything like that, and so I'll tuck in and we'll be okay. So I've now got Boo Boo behind us. Now Boo Boo is on the soft tyres and closing in, so skipping ahead to the Degnas because we are now under threat. So Degna 1, absolutely fine. Degna 2, not the greatest, but look at this, Boo Boo. Now Boo Boo tries to take up the inside, outside there, gives us a little tap for our troubles, and tries to power out of the hairpin to get ahead of us, but we remain ahead. So heading towards Spoon again, and coming in, sliding a little bit. The tyres are starting to go off a little bit. Trying to hold it, and off we go. Now you'll notice Boo Boo getting a penalty there. So how did that occur? Let's have a look. So yeah, Boo Boo's tight behind us. So we know we're in trouble, and he gives us a little tap there, just enough to send us off the track and into the dirt, and we lose a lot of time. He gets a 2-second penalty, but it costs us a lot more than 2 seconds because I've got no speed now coming down the back straight, and I'm now just a target for all the cars behind. So you can see this, no speed, I've got dirty tyres, I've got this horrible pink car behind me. Anyway, a break, and he makes a dive up there. I let him go again because, yeah, I was never going to make the corner to turn into the guy, and I've got Epic Toby behind us. So I decide at this point, yeah, it's time to pit. So we'll do pit, and out we come. So we'll skip forward, and we are now being hunted down by Williams EErieisss, who's pitted, he's done all his stops, and he's onto the, as I said, he's onto the soft tyres, and he's just eyeing us up. So how long can we keep him behind? Still ahead, getting into the Casio. That was probably about the best I took it all day. EErieisss coming out of there. Well, I mean, he's overtook a lot more fast players than me down this stretch of road, I'm sure. And as you can see, he decides to make the move. We'll keep him honest though, we'll make him break hard for it, and he did have to break hard to be fair, but he kept it, and that was him hunting down Janos and EErieisss. So yeah, they've got him to contend with now. So skipping ahead, we can see that Degna 2, we go back there, something happened, I've got a note for myself here. Degna 1 was fine. Degna 2, Janos is struggling, and I almost wiped him out because he was braking so hard. He was really struggling on the mediums, to be fair. So skipping forward to lap 7, I get oh sorry, we'll show this actually. Janos is very nice here. He just lets me past. He knows I'm faster at this point, and again we were having a nice little you go, no you go, you go, no you go in terms of lap position. So off we go, we get down the straight ahead of a couple of guys coming out the pits, and we are back behind Boo Boo, who's done all his pit stops. I'm going to still have one more pit stop to do, so I'm not really in the same race now as Boo Boo. And this was a kind of moment that probably cost me most, or one of the most in the full race, losing it, and that's agonising. You think you're holding it, and then you just hit the wall. At this point I did consider just ending the race, but I thought no, I'm in a race with Super GT etc, I'm going to keep it going. So yeah, not much else to report. Off we go, lap 8, uneventful. I'm just plodding round now, hoping that somebody crashes, rage quits, anything that will give me something. It's not last place, and Epic Toby obliges. Let's just see what happened with Epic Toby. The nice guy that he is, bins it. Excellent. So yeah, so we go past Epic Toby. He's on mediums. That's good for us. So I have to pit though, and Epic Toby goes back past us again. Fantastic. So yeah, last lap, back on board with me. But is there going to be one last moment of interest in this race? The answer to that is yes. You'll just see there was a yellow flag. Who was it for? It was for our old friend EErieisss. Let's see what happened to him. He decides that he doesn't want to take Spoon again, and off he goes. So can we catch EErieisss? No. That's the answer to that. He was far too far in front. We didn't bin it. We get through Casio, and it's all good. So that concludes the race with Super GT. I have to admit, I was nervous, etc. But hey, I've done it, completed it, mate. So thanks again for watching. Much